Hello everyone and welcome to my home and away news. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Bringing Up Bates fans help Tiffany Bates look for birth parents. Bringing Up Bates star Tiffany Bates is known for her joyful personality. She likes to make funny skits with her husband, Lawson. The two are currently documenting their lives as parents to their first child, William. Tiffany has also been celebrating her pregnancy with her second child. But despite all the positivity, many fans were impressed by how Tiffany lives her life despite her rough past. Keep reading to see the discussion. Bringing Up Bates. Tiffany Bates shares rough past. Tiffany recently took to IG to share a lengthy post about her past. The Bringing Up Bates star was abandoned on the steps of a hospital in China at only a few days old. She never knew who her parents were. Tiffany was later adopted by Daniel and Robin Espenson. Tiffany shared photos from the day she was picked up by her adoptive parents on March 22, 2000. She grew up with 30-plus girls during the one-child policy, saying that their parents would hold a special gathering every year. Tiffany later shared some family members she had since getting adopted. She then revealed that she hasn't found her biological parents yet. She added that the rules in China make it even harder for her to trace her mom. She only knew about her name. Tiffany even revealed that she doesn't even know her real birth date, and she's praying that she'll one day meet her real parents. Fans help Tiffany look for birth parents. Some Bringing Up Bates fans on social media discussed Tiffany Bates' post about her past. According to the OP, Tiffany's story touched their hearts, especially when she said that she was abandoned on the steps of a hospital and never had any traces of her parents. The OP added that they admire Tiffany's strength and her ability to make the sweetest smile despite her heartbreaking past. The poster was also curious if there was any way of helping Lawson's wife find her biological family. Others agreed about helping out Tiffany, though others wondered if she had taken some serious steps in trying to find her real parents. Aside from her rough past, Tiffany Bates has also been celebrating her pregnancy with her second child. The Bringing Up Bates star shared the news after her first trimester. She wanted to make sure her baby was healthy before telling the public. Tiffany suffered from a miscarriage before welcoming baby William. It was an emotional time for Tiffany, and she had to go through the sad loss while also carrying the weight of being abandoned by her biological parents. For years, Tiffany Bates had struggled with the silence. Though she had married into one of reality TV's most famously large and loving families, a quiet longing lingered inside her, a part of her past she couldn't quite touch. But everything changed when Bringing Up Bates fans came together in a stunning show of support, uncovering long-lost clues that led Tiffany on an emotional journey to find her birth family. It began with a whisper, not from Tiffany herself, but from the devoted fan base that had come to adore her since her marriage to Lawson Bates. Viewers had long admired Tiffany's grace and resilience, but some noticed subtle references in interviews and social media posts that hinted at an untold story. A few eagle-eyed fans recall Tiffany mentioning she was adopted, and over time, that small fact grew into something bigger in their hearts, a mission to help her find answers. Tiffany had never hidden her adoption. In fact, she had embraced it with love for the family that raised her, expressing deep gratitude for her parents who gave her a solid foundation. But as she grew older and began building a new life with Lawson, a life now under the public spotlight, the questions started to weigh more heavily on her heart. "I didn't know if I'd ever get answers," Tiffany shared in a raw, emotional video she posted on YouTube. "It was always this quiet ache, wondering who they were, where I came from." Fans began to rally around her after the video aired. Supportive comments flooded in, not just words of encouragement, but also offers to help. Among them were amateur genealogists, DNA hobbyists, and people who had gone through similar journeys. And then came the break. One fan, a woman named Diane from Kentucky, had experience researching adoption cases. She reached out to Tiffany privately, offering to assist. With Tiffany's permission, Diane combed through public records, adoption registries, and family tree databases. Soon, another fan cross-referenced Tiffany's baby photos, shared in an old Facebook album, with records from hospitals in the area where Tiffany was born. Tiffany agreed to take a popular commercial DNA test. It was a decision she made cautiously, knowing the results could open doors that might be painful to walk through. But with Lawson by her side and the fan community gently lifting her with encouragement, she mailed off the kid and waited. Weeks later, the results came in, and with them, a name. It turned out Tiffany had a half-sibling who had also taken the same DNA test and opted into public matching. The woman, named Caroline, lived in Tennessee and was just 3 years older than Tiffany. Caroline had always suspected she had a younger sibling who had been placed for adoption. Her jaw dropped when she saw Tiffany's name and recognized her from Bringing Up Bates. Caroline reached out cautiously, her message heartfelt. "I think we might be sisters. I've followed your story for a while, and I'm open to connecting if you are." Tiffany read the message over and over. Tears flowed freely as she realized the piece she had always been missing might be within reach. She and Caroline arranged to meet, first over a video call and then in person. Lawson was there every step of the way, offering quiet support as Tiffany navigated the emotional highs and lows. Their reunion was filmed, not for the show, but privately, and Tiffany later shared a portion of it with fans who had followed her story. The moment was nothing short of cinematic. The two women embracing for the first time, both trembling with emotion, both stunned by the uncanny resemblance in their eyes and smiles. Caroline helped fill in many of the missing pieces. Their birth mother, she explained, had been young and overwhelmed when she had Tiffany. With no stable support system, she had made the heart-wrenching decision to place her newborn for adoption, believing it was the best chance for a good life. Sadly, their birth mother had passed away a few years earlier, but she had left behind letters. Letters meant for Tiffany if she were ever found. Caroline had kept them all these years, tucked in a memory box, hoping for the day she could pass them along. Tiffany described reading the first letter as life-altering. "I felt like she was speaking directly to my soul, like she had been watching me all along," Tiffany said, her voice shaking. "I didn't know I needed that kind of closure until I held her words in my hands." The letters spoke of love, regret, and hope. They painted a picture of a woman who had made an impossible choice, but never stopped thinking of the baby girl she gave up. It was a healing balm for Tiffany's heart. After the emotional reunion, Tiffany shared her story in full on her YouTube channel, thanking fans for their incredible kindness and detective skills. "You didn't just help me," she said. "You helped a little girl inside me finally find peace." The Bates family, known for their unwavering support of one another, embraced Caroline as part of their extended family. In true Bringing Up Bates fashion, the reunion turned into a celebration, with balloons, hugs, and a welcome home cake. What began as a whisper of curiosity turned into a chorus of love and support, echoing the core values that make the Bates family so beloved. In an age of internet noise and distraction, it was a reminder of the power of community, and that sometimes strangers can help us find our way home. As Tiffany continues to navigate her new relationships and process her past, she's also begun advocating for others who are searching for their birth families. She started a support group online and plans to partner with adoption search nonprofits. "This isn't the end of my story," she said. "It's the beginning of a new chapter, one that I never would have opened without the help of all of you."